Good morning, my dear friends in Christ. As I welcome you once more to this Eucharistic celebration, let me be quick to remind us that the institution of marriage and family life is one institution that is under a heavy attack in our time and age. I'm sure that you may have noticed that even divorce now is celebrated even more than marriages. As if you flip through your pages in the internet, you will see some people who are even holding divorce parties. In fact, it's as bad as that. And one will begin to wonder, why is it that every Saturday, almost, in most churches, there are young men and women who are coming together to say, I do. But let me be quick to shock you that most of the people who are saying, I do, may even have their eyes on the exit door. And even those who are still in marriages, if care is not taken, if the marriage certificates were to be renewable like driver's license, I'm sure so many persons will not renew theirs after 1 year. This institution is under a huge attack. The Pharisees came to Jesus in the gospel reading of today, asking, is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife? It is not as if they did not know about the law of Moses, but they wanted to use Jesus to validate what Moses had said. But Jesus caught them by surprise and said to them, did you not know that from the beginning God made them male and female, and said, so therefore shall a man leave his father's house and be clean to his wife, and they shall now become one and no longer two. And to tell you that they knew actually what they were asking for, they quoted the law of Moses. But Moses said to us, and Jesus said, yes, Moses said that because of your hardness of heart. But it was never so from the beginning. Beloved in Christ, believe me, when Jesus said, let no man or woman put asunder, it is simply because many of the reasons why marriages are threatened is because of external factors, sometimes online in-laws. Friends who have no marriage experience are even giving marital advice to their friends in marriage. And some will tell you, don't mind that man, don't mind that woman, don't take that nonsense from any man, don't take that nonsense from any woman. Listen, marriage is an institution between two persons who are willing to make it work. My late father once told me that there are two options in marriage. You either choose to be right or you choose to be happy. And over the years in my priestly ministry, counseling marital issues, I have come to discover that majority of the marital issues are all coming up from two persons who are insisting on their right. And as long as you keep insisting on your right, then no one will ever be right. Believe me, beloved in Christ, until you understand that there is a God factor and the intention of God for the institution of this sacrament called marriage, you might think you can survive only by your own effort and your intelligence. Listen, you always need God in it. There is a Latin adage that says, amanto ire, amoris integratio sunt, that a quarrel between two lovers is only but a renewal of love. But the major challenge that we have is that even before people begin to initiate this covenant, they are already beginning to think of an escape route. Maybe I should give you a simple analogy that will help you to sustain this union if you're already inside one. If you and your spouse find yourself in a room without an exit door, without an exit window, and a snake is introduced into that space, the first thing your instinct will tell you is that both of you will need to team up together to kill the snake, the external element. But if you have a window and a door, the first thing your instinct will tell you is run away. So majority of the reasons why you think you are considering divorce is because you have it as a factor, an alternative in your head. Not because you cannot actually stay to make it work. But believe me, Majority of the persons who are giving you advice, leave. Many of them are those who have already left their marriages and they are only looking for those who will join them in the misery of being unmarried or having been married once and are no longer married. Jesus says, what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. And I would like to translate it, let no man or woman put ashray under. Because the gossip that destroys marriage does not come from within, it comes from the external. Believe me, beloved in Christ, if you're in this union, you must be conscious of the fact that it is only both of you that can make it work, no one. As you think there is something you're enduring for your wife or you're enduring for your husband, believe me, it is vice versa. The other party is also enduring something about you. There is nobody who is completely perfect. There is always something lacking in one that needs to be complemented by the other. I've had some friends who come to me, and like one not too long ago, who came to me and he told me, Father, I want to marry. Can you help me get someone from your parish? And I just asked him, he's a medical doctor. And I said to him, what exactly are you looking out for? He said, I'm looking for a woman who is in the medical field. A medical doctor, it could be a nurse, it could be a lab scientist, it could be, but let it come from the medical field. And I asked him, are you actually looking for a wife or you're looking for a business partner? The mental picture of what you think you need from a woman. Remember that God created Adam and gave him an instruction to cultivate the earth, which means that Eve formed part of the things he needed to cultivate. If God gives you 40% in a woman, the 60% to be made by you, because even you, I'm not even sure you meet up to the 40%, and you're there speculating of the mental picture of what you want from a wife. Just calm down. Maybe when Jesus is coming the second time, he will come with the Blessed Virgin Mary and will introduce you to her. That is the only woman that can qualify for that picture you're looking for. But as long as a woman, a man is concerned, the limitedness of our human nature factors the fact that something must lack that needs to be complemented. In as much as both of you are willing to work to make it work, God will seal your intention and actually make it work, because marriage is not just for both of you and your love sharing and companionship and the bearing of children and the upbringing of children, but it also glorifies God. So do not take the God factor out of it. Today I pray for all married people that God in his infinite mercy and goodness will give you the courage to understand that escape is not the way. That does not in any way mean that if life is threatened, that you could not find a way, not divorce, separation for a while, and you see the reason why both of you actually need yourself even the more, and you find a way to seek the binding again. I pray that you will always see your marriage working and not see yourself as divorced even before you enter into marriage. Also pay attention to those you take advice from. As I pray for you, may God make it work. You can build it and you can fix it. God bless you and have a beautiful day ahead.